today we talk about a really, really important topic called raise your vibration. If you have a look at this card, we've got these beautiful pulses of energy that are flashing out. In this card, it's got green and purple. The colors aren't necessarily that relevant. And the suit that this belongs to is the star tetrahedron, which is the Merkaba. And the Merkaba is about a vehicle of light, and it's about transporting ourselves and expanding into our light and being able to, impact our lives and the world in a more positive way. Or really just understanding the impact that we are having. And so as we start to explore this, if we break it down and we start to understand what do we mean by the word vibration, what is that even about? And vibration is used interchangeably with words like frequency and sort of the energy that you put out in the world. And we need to understand that every single one of us is creating a pulse. We have this impact on the world around us. The way you show up cannot not impact the world around you. It is there, whether you want it to be or not. The intention of this is to get aware of what is the vibration, what am I pulsating out into the world. And this vibration or pulsation or frequency, we can liken it to a well-known example of like whatever radio or TV station you program yourself to listen or watch. Whatever I put out is what is reflected back to me. So if I put it on a certain channel on my TV, I get that frequency comes back into my TV and they get a certain show that I watch. And whilst I'm watching that, there are lots of other frequencies going on for lots of other shows. We're just not tuned into that one. And so it doesn't mean it's not there, it's just we're not tuned in. And so whatever you are tuning into is what you are creating and what is getting shown back into you. And if we understand sort of on a continuum of frequency, in the human experience, there's a sort of midpoint of being okay. That would be a middle point of frequency. And then we get the frequency that goes up into light, and we get the frequency that goes down into shadow. Shadow is not something that we need to avoid, we just need to understand it. And so when we start moving into the frequency of light, we start getting things like peace and joy, acceptance, tolerance, love, harmony, faith, compassion. All these are sort of experiences. I'm tuned in. That's what I pulsate out. I have a frequency that I vibrate love, or I vibrate joy, or I vibrate peace. And if we go down into the frequencies of shadow, we start getting into things like fear and judgment, anxiety, and the things that are, they kind of bring us down a level. We feel down when we have them. And if we look at the lowest frequency we have in the human experience, it is shame. So shame is the lowest frequency in the human experience, and joy and love are the highest frequencies. Now, this doesn't mean if you feel fearful or anxious or unhappy, you're doing something wrong, because it's not the initial feeling that causes the vibration at all. It's the experience about the vibration. So if I had to explain it, if I'm anxious about something, that is perfectly okay. But if I get fearful of my anxiety, worried about my fear about my anxiety, shameful about my worry about my fear of my anxiety, now those levels have created the frequency. That's the vibration. So not the initial anxiety at all. So if I had the initial anxiety that I feel, which is part and parcel of the normal human experience, and I can bring acceptance, and I can be peaceful with my anxiety and loving of my anxiety, and even supportive of my anxiety. Now I have a frequency, a vibration of joy and peace that's still about the initial human experience. So it's really important to understand this distinction, because many people try and avoid normal human emotions. Normal human emotions come and go. They're like the waves and tides of life. The experience, the way we think about it and the way we hold it, that is the vibration. And vibrations are created when we perpetuate certain patterns in our life. Then that becomes a sort of predominant vibration that we're sharing out in the world. Now, why is this even important? Why bother? Who cares, really? Well, there's a number of reasons that this is important. Firstly, we are not here to suffer on this planet. The entire human experience is one of creating a space for joy. And to make peace with the human experience so that we can live a life of joy. That is really, nobody is here to suffer. There's a great statement that says pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. And so the frequency that we vibrate at becomes the experience of our life. The second thing that's important about this is whatever you put out contributes to the group consciousness. And this is how we literally change the world, is enough people vibrate at a new kind of energy. You can't help but have a different impact on people around you. You all know what it's like to be around somebody who's draining and to be around somebody who gives you energy and uplifting. Enough people in one space start vibrating at a new frequency, this becomes an experience, this becomes tribal, this becomes cultures, this becomes a life experience. And so it's really useful to start thinking about who the people are that you surround yourself with and what is the frequency they're emitting, because you are like them in many ways. And how do you vibrate at a higher frequency? The third thing is this impacts how you manifest and what you're creating in your life. And without a doubt, this is a thing that comes up in sessions all the time, is there are people that are setting intentions for abundance. They're wanting to have a life of pleasure, and they're wanting to have all the things they desire, but they're walking around at a frequency of pain and loss, and it's like being on different floors. I set my intention at this frequency, but I live my life at this frequency. If I don't align my life with this frequency, I can't receive what it is that I'm asking for. And so the universe just matches us through this mirroring process. And so this, for me, undoubtedly is the most important work for anybody to do, is to take accountability for your energy. I saw a beautiful meme that says, please be responsible for the energy you bring into a room. And so when you can take accountability for your energy, it means you start to navigate your life by taking care of that. If we think about our physical bodies, we look after them, most of us. We brush our teeth every day, we have a shower, we clean our body, we do the things, we rest. And so if we take our energy body, it also needs care. It needs practices to clean it out, to take care of it, to manage it, to look at what it needs so it can become its best self. And so our energy bodies require attention and love and care. And being able to do that requires you to start noticing, how am I vibrating? What do I need? And there are many, many, many tools and techniques to manage your energy and to raise your vibration. Some of them quite tangible and practical things, some of them more ethereal, and you'll find what it is that works for you. If you don't know where to start, there is a course that I run called The Love Revolution, and it's an online course, and it's 21 days of videos and tools and tips and techniques of 21 different ways that you can raise your vibration. Things that you can do very practically, all the way from journaling to crystals to sound meditations to movement to beauty to whatever it is. How is it that you can manage your energy better? So the exercise for you is to go and have a look at the free trial of that and see what's listed there and what you can start to do today to raise your energy field. The other exercise I'd offer you to do is to just go and sit quietly and get honest with yourself. What am I typically vibrating at? What's the typical energy that I'm putting out into the world? Sending you lots of love. Namaste.
Get your very own deck of I Am Lightwalker cards straight from Taryn by visiting iamlightwalker.com/cards.